Good afternoon and thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Warren Butler, Marketing Director here at Preact, and I'm delighted to be joined by Ashley Brower, Regional Director at ClickDimensions. In today's session, we'll look at how marketing and sales teams can work together more productively with shared data and a unified system. Across all teams, performance is always better when data and processes are connected. That's especially so between sales and marketing teams to ensure that there's transparency that will foster a culture of clear communication and collaboration. But in a lot of cases, marketing data isn't accessible to account managers and other sellers in their CRM system. So as a result, they can miss out on essential insights when they respond to customers and prospects simply because they don't have visibility of their interactions across multiple touch points, including web and email. And the lack of these insights can also mean that sellers miss opportunities to spark new conversations when buying signals are detected. And within marketing teams, siloed data and any disconnect with sales adds to the challenge of accurately understanding and reporting on the return on investment across campaigns. In this presentation, we'll demonstrate how ClickDimensions provides a unified solution within Microsoft Dynamics 365 that helps both teams work together productively. As Ashley will highlight, this includes looping in sales when important actions occur, such as posted forms or surveys, and allowing sellers to easily see details of recent web visits and email clicks across their contacts and leads. And we'll take a look at how ClickDimensions gives everyone visibility to see the outcomes from specific campaigns, including the leads generated, opportunities won, and the revenue achieved. Preact are proud to be a long-standing partner of ClickDimensions. It's a crucial product that enables us to execute our own marketing campaigns quickly, make sure we're aligned with our sales team, and demonstrate the return from our activities. Whether you are new to ClickDimensions and currently use a different marketing automation platform, or if you already use ClickDimensions, we do hope you find this presentation helpful in sharing some of the ways how it unifies sales and marketing to boost productivity and collaboration. So let's get started, and I'll now bring in Ashley. We'll begin with a quick overview of ClickDimensions before walking you through some examples. Over to you, Ashley.
Thanks, Warren. Hi, everyone. So today we're going to talk a lot about ClickDimensions, but ClickDimensions is, a lot of different things, and it's a very wide portfolio. So we've got our core multi-channel marketing automation tool. That's the one, if you're familiar with ClickDimensions, you're probably the most familiar with. That we'll be chatting a lot about today and how we can use those features and functionalities to really help connect your sales and marketing teams. But for future reference, ClickDimensions is a lot of other things as well. We have a full social marketing tool. So if you are interested in better social reporting and analytics, or social listening, or being able to communicate with people who are messaging you on social, things like that, we've got a full social marketing tool there. We also have our intelligent dashboards platform, which is our reporting and analytics tool. It takes data from not only ClickDimensions, but from other data sources as well, like your CRM system, Google Analytics, Google AdWords, Microsoft Advertising, and it pulls together these pre-built out-of-the-box dashboards, which are really great for visualizing all of your marketing efforts together in a single place without having to do the legwork of coming up with your own KPIs or building out your own reports or even PowerPoint slides. And then we also have marketing services as well. So Preact is an amazing partner of ours, and they do a great job at making sure that all of our users are fully supported on the platform. So whether that is more training and more hand-holding, maybe the basics of email editing, but you don't know how to take it to the next level with dynamic content blocks and personalization, or pulling data from custom entities. Or maybe it's a bandwidth issue. Maybe you just simply don't have time to perform all of the marketing activities that you would want to. So you could actually use marketing services as some kind of resource filler in there. Hey, team, go away, create this content for me, and everything like that. And these services are really there to support your team and make sure that you have the resources, the capabilities, the skill sets, the advice to get the most out of your ClickDimensions platform. So now we're going to dive on into a live environment. There are so many different ways to use ClickDimensions, and every marketing team's goals are a bit different, but today we're going to focus on one of the key benefits is how we can connect our sales and our marketing teams together inside of Dynamics. So we're really going to focus on the features that unify your sales and marketing teams, and that all starts with a lead or a contact record. So your sales team are working with those leads, those contacts in Dynamics. I'll use the terms pretty interchangeably today because ClickDimensions, we work the exact same way with both. But on these people in your CRM system, that's where you're collecting that typical standard CRM data. So who are they? What's their name? Maybe their title, what company they work for, industry, their email address, phone number, your sales team's calls, etc. But everything about ClickDimensions also publishes back to this exact same lead or contact record in the CRM that the sales team is already working on. So on this person, not only am I able to see, who are they and what company are they working for and, what their phone number is, we can also see what emails is marketing sending to them. How many times are they opening, clicking, maybe unsubscribing? If we are posting out to social through ClickDimensions and they're clicking on social posts, if we're using our event connectors, you can see who's registering for and attending events. We're able to see if we're sending them surveys, what their feedback is, some more of those kind of sales aspects. What is someone looking at on the website? Are they looking at different product pages or hot lead pages? How long are they spending on those pages for? Are they submitting those form inquiries, requesting callbacks, downloading certain marketing content? Of course, GDPR and subscription preferences and lead scoring as well. So you can see that all of these different aspects are publishing back onto this individual contact or lead record in the CRM system. This is all done automatically. It's not going to be on marketing to compile a list of people they sent an email to and who's opened and clicked, or, looking at the different form submissions or showing someone, who's on the site. It's all publishing automatically back onto that leader contact. So let's say sales gets a new form inquiry in. They can actually come and look at that leader contact record before giving them a call to understand how long have they been looking around on the website? Are they looking at specific pages? What are their form inquiries? How did they submit those? Have marketing been sending them communications before this? And are they opening or clicking them? So it's a really nice way to give you a 360-degree view of who is this person? What's their previous interactions with us? What are they interested in? That way the sales team can have better conversations and communications. Now, this view right here is just on an individual person. You can also use advanced find and pull, queries in the CRM. So maybe I want to see all of my contacts that have hit the website this week, or I want to see all of my contacts that opened that marketing newsletter. Really great ways to see those as well. Now on here, you'll notice that we have lead scoring, which is great. So if you have been using ClickDimensions for a while, we have actually come up with more enhanced lead scoring over the past year-ish. If you have not seen ClickDimensions in a while, then we also, have completely redid this. Like I said, there's a lot of really cool things that we can do with the lead scoring. And one of my favorite things is you can actually set up different scoring models for leads versus contacts, or you can use the same for both. I really like this if you're using leads, because maybe if a lead is opening an email, that's a lot more important than if an existing customer is just opening normal interactions with us. But pick if you want to target it at leads, contacts, both, and then you can start adding rules. So if someone is opening emails, clicking on them, submitting forms, hitting the website, if you're using opportunities, if you're using those event connectors, if they're unsubscribing, what actions do you want to attribute to someone's level of interest? So here I could say, okay, if someone opens an email, maybe that's worth 5 points. But if they click on an email, that's a little bit more. I'll give them 10 points. If they fill out a form, for example, then maybe that's 20 points. So as they start to perform these key actions, it's creating that score on their lead or their contact. So that way a salesperson would have a really good idea of how interested is someone, how much are they interacting, and then they can use that lead score in order to spend their time wisely. So let's go after those people with higher lead scores that are showing us they're interested versus someone who's never been on the website or never clicked on an email or filled out a form. Now, the other part about this that I really love is that you can add score degradation rules as well. So we all know if someone's a hot lead and they're consuming all this content and they're clicking around and hitting the site and filling out forms, brilliant. But there are people who will go quiet on us. And we want the system to accurately reflect who's a hot lead at any given moment and who's not. So let's say I know what my sales cycles are. So I know if someone stops interacting with me after 60 days, it's not a good sign for us. So I want to start decreasing their score by 20 points every 60 days. Really nice way to make sure that someone is accurately reflected in your system at all times. But you set up these lead scoring models, they'll start to accumulate scores or decrease their scores in the background. Once again, those are on the individual leads and contacts in the system. Also, you can create, different views of, hey, show me all of my leads, and I'm going to filter by score and dial down those hot leads first. A lot of marketing teams will also say, okay, if anyone is between a score of 0 to 25, let's say, that's a cold lead that I'd rather marketing nurture in a group setting versus sales spending their individual time calling. Tons of cool ways to do that, but it's really just giving you that numeric value of their level of interest. So how do we tie all of these different things together? So we have all these different components right here in the CRM system, which is great. But a lot of the times we're going to want to automate these communications, and we're going to want to streamline the process of, okay, marketing is doing these efforts, and then let's get sales involved at a particular time. And the campaign automation builder is a beautiful way to do that. It's a super flexible editor. My favorite part is the fact that it is drag and drop. So it's really easy to use as well, but this is where we can combine all of the different functions of ClickDimensions. So you'll see these red trigger items. These are ways you can enter into a campaign automation, right? And then we've got these blue actions, which are different things you can do while you're here. So tons and tons of ways you can use these, but a couple of kind of key examples is, let's keep going with that lead scoring situation. Let's say, okay, I'm going to have a simple automation here in the background that says when someone gets a certain score threshold, I would like to loop in sales. All I have to do for this is come in, select my score model that I'm targeting here, select my target score. So maybe I think, a hot lead is, 30 or 50. And at 50 points, I'd like to get sales involved. So that way, when their people are hitting this hot threshold, they're getting looped in. These campaign automations can be as big or as small as you'd like. And this is an example of an easy, simple one we could set up, have running in the background, and sales is looped in when their people are getting to a hot score level. Now, you can also put some things in front of this as well. So maybe you're taking that marketing list that I mentioned, and it's a marketing list of all leads in the system with a score of 0 to 25, let's say, and I'm going to try to build that score up. So I could say, okay, let's send them an email maybe, and we'll see if that increases their score. If they do get to that hot score threshold that I'm looking for, brilliant, notify sales, get them involved. There are 2 types of notifications in here. This is an email notification. We also have the ability to create tasks for sales in CRM. Some people use one or the other. Some people use both, just depending on your team and how they like to be notified. But let's say that they don't, get to that certain score threshold that I want. So they're not sales ready. Maybe I wait a week and I send them another email. And then at that point, based on their web activity and if they're clicking on my emails or maybe filling out forms in the meantime, et cetera, maybe they get to that certain score threshold where it's appropriate for sales to get involved. So you can keep this going as long as you want, but really nice way to just do general lead nurturing. And, based on someone's lead score, you could route them down different paths. Now, this score reached trigger that I use, it could really be interchanged with any call to action I'm looking for here. So maybe I'm trying to drive someone to the website to a particular page, or maybe I'm wanting to see if they are opening or clicking on an email in a certain way, and that's what's going to, validate if they are, continue on this nurture path or looped into sales. Tons and tons of different ways you can use this, but general lead nurturing, general lead scoring, great use cases here. Now, like all things ClickDimensions, you can save these as templates as well. So recycle, reuse. So if I want to do this kind of cold lead nurturing every quarter or every 6 months, I don't have to go in and build the flow every time. I could just come in, refresh content if needed, and continue on the path. But really nice way to do that. Now, there are tons of other ways that I can use these when it comes to sales. So a lot of people will use them for form submissions on the website. So ClickDimensions has web forms. We're pulling the form inquiries from the website into your CRM system, creating new leads and contacts if appropriate at that point. And that's great. Okay, we've got the form details in the CRM system, but now what? Oftentimes, marketers are doing a lot of this manually. They have manual forms that they import into CRM, and then they manually have to assign them to sales. We could just set up this automation and do it for you. So great, someone submits a form, and then maybe we want to notify sales, or maybe we want to add them onto a particular prospect marketing list that we can nurture later. Or maybe I need to update a field on their lead record saying that they have submitted a form inquiry. Maybe I also want to send them an autoresponder email, like, thanks for your form inquiry. Here's some more details. Maybe here's a piece of content, whatever. If maybe this was a downloadable form, brilliant. So not only am I bringing this web form inquiry into the CRM system automatically, but I'm also automatically setting this journey up for both the end user that submitted the form as well as the salesperson to be looped in immediately. Now, you can get clever with these things too, and maybe based on how someone answers this form, route them down different paths. So for example, if you work with different product lines or different geographies and you want them to loop to different salespeople, or maybe even add them onto separate lists or get different follow-up emails based on how they answer the form, great way to use that little decision node here and really just have people starting on different journeys based on the information they're providing on the form. Great way to use web forms there. Once again, that can all be duplicated with saving things as templates, recycle, reuse. One of my favorite uses here is our page visited trigger. So ClickDimensions, we do have web tracking, which allows you to see who's on the website, what people are looking at, how long they're spending on there for, things like that. Now, this page visited trigger, it can be on the domain of the website in general, or you can break it up to be on specific pages as well. Completely up to you on how you use this, and it'll depend on the campaign as well. But a lot of people will set this up to just say, hey, if people are hitting the website, notify their salesperson. FYI, your people are on the website. Do with that information what you will. This could be the entire campaign. Other people might do it based on specific pages. So if someone hits a particular product page or a particular hot page and they want to send them an email with more information, or maybe that's the time that they want to loop in their salesperson, or maybe they want to add them on to a particular interest list based on what they're looking at on the website. This is an amazing way to take what they're doing on the website and triggering off these campaigns and sending them on these journeys based on what they're looking at. So tons and tons of different things that you can do here. With ClickDimensions, you can also, when you're sending emails, whether it's a bulk communication or whether it's one of these campaign automations, you can also send these emails from the record owner. This is a really good sales tool here because as communications are sending out, technically from marketing probably, but you want it to look like it's coming from the salesperson, the person that they know, the person that they have the relationship with. I can simply say, great, send from record owner, brilliant. You know, a lot of times people will get some additional opens and clicks and things like that based on someone being more familiar with the sender. Now, maybe you're not sure, hey, maybe that would be a good strategy for us, but I don't know, we've never tried it. We do have split A/B testing in both bulk emails and campaign automation. So maybe I want to test that out. Hey, I'll send strategy A from the record owner, maybe strategy B is from, you know, marketing. Great, you could do that too, but really nice ways to send emails, use that sales strategy, leverage those relationships the salespeople are building. Perfect. Now we could spend so much time in this campaign automation builder going through all of the different scenarios, but once again, the key components here are taking what your prospects, your customers are doing and interacting with, and then getting sales involved at the appropriate stage, all without having that marketing interference. It's just happening in the background. No one has to babysit these campaigns. They're just running along and getting people involved at certain appropriate points. Now, the last little thing I want to show you today is, you know, a lot of people, they want to connect their sales and marketing teams together, and they want to do this for better visibility, more streamlined approach, giving sales better insight into, you know, what marketing is sending and who's interacting with what. But a lot of it also comes down to marketing is doing a lot of hard work in terms of the communications that they're sending and the lead gen efforts that they're doing. And that's through a lot of different channels. And they're bringing new leads into the system, but sometimes they don't always see where those leads go and what sales does with them and what the impact is. So I always recommend that people use CRM campaigns. They're brilliant for a lot of different reasons, but with a CRM campaign, you can attach all of the different marketing activities to a single campaign, because likely when you're running a campaign, you don't just send out, you know, one email and you're like, well, that's a campaign. Hope it worked. Hope it did good. You know, it's probably a bunch of different components. So a campaign, you can tie in all your assets. So if I'm running multiple campaign automations, multiple nurtures here, if I'm sending a bunch of emails and I want to see, you know, who's opening, clicking, unsubscribing, are these campaigns successful? Maybe I'm tying some events to it. Through all of my efforts, maybe I want to see if people are hitting the website from it. So what kind of web traction am I getting? Are we getting new form inquiries, which are generating new leads for us? Here, are we, you know, posting to social, sending out emails, running a Google ad, and we're trying to drive people to the website to submit an inquiry, raise their hand for an interest, which will give us new leads. If we have surveys as a part of that, or once again, those social clicks, if we're posting organically to social and people are clicking, brilliant. This is a wonderful place that where you're tying in all of your assets, and marketing can say, hey, we ran this campaign and this is everything we've done for it. Now, on the other side of that is the ability to associate leads to these CRM campaigns as well. So you could also see, hey, these are all the leads that we've created from our efforts. If you're using opportunities, you know, what opportunities are you tying to these campaigns as well? So that's all kind of typical Dynamics functionality that we're also combining in with the ClickDimensions marketing side, because people will then build a cute little view that looks like this. Once again, everyone's measurements and KPIs are going to be different, but here's an example of what you could do where I'm looking at this campaign and I'm like, wow, I just generated 8 leads from this campaign. Of those 8 leads, we've won 3 opportunities and closed X amount of revenue. This is a brilliant, beautiful campaign. Or maybe I'm looking at this and I'm like, ooh, no, we should have done a lot better than that. That's just not enough for the amount of work we put into it. Where did we go wrong? What could we do better next time? So this is really just where everything comes full circle. Marketing is showing all of the efforts that they've done, all the hard work that they've put in, all of the leads that they've generated, but then they can also see what happens with those leads once sales gets a hold of them, and what are they turning into revenue? Are they quality leads? Is everything, not being qualified to an opportunity, and we need to work on lead quality? It's just a really good visual here where everyone is working in the exact same platform. So like I said, tons and tons of different things that you can do with ClickDimensions. Connecting your sales and marketing team is just one of those different themes and scenarios, but all in all, it is important to have your CRM system be a single point of the truth. It's your platform that everyone is working in, seeing the same data, working with the same figures, all in one place. So I know today we've talked a lot about some of the features and functionalities of ClickDimensions that can really help streamline and connect in your sales efforts and your marketing efforts together in a single place, which is your CRM system. But ClickDimensions is a lot of things for a lot of different users. And what's great is it's such a wide feature set that can be used in so many different ways and applications outside of the things that we've talked about today. So to give you kind of a general overview of the functionalities that we have to offer, ClickDimensions is, of course, a full-on email marketing tool. So all things email marketing, whether those are bulk newsletters, they're automations, they're one-off emails, etc., full-on email marketing. But we also do a lot of other cool things as well that you may or may not be aware of after today. But being able to see who's on the website and what pages people are looking at, and using that information in order to have better conversations and communications with people based on what they're showing you they're interested in. Forms for the website, so capturing those leads, pulling them into the CRM system. You can set up those processes after to get the right people involved with those form submissions. So whether they're your contact us forms, newsletter sign up forms, download this brochure, etc. We've got landing page builders as well. So no longer do you have to rely on a website developer in order for you to build a landing page for a campaign. You can use our drag and drop landing page and create your own campaigns. Event management, so events like we're on today, tracking registrations, tracking attendees, all back into CRM, helping streamline those communications of pre-event reminders, post-event follow-ups, things like that. We've got lead scoring, so giving someone's numeric value of their level of interest. Surveys, collecting people's feedback, so whether that's customer feedback, those CSAT scores, NPS surveys, how did the sales process go, doing some market research, sending out those surveys, nurturing people if they are or aren't filling out those surveys, of course, pulling all that data back into the CRM system, posting out to social media, getting those clickbacks back into your CRM, and really just automating all of these different activities to save you time and make your communications more streamlined and appropriate for the different people that are in your CRM system. But really the point of this is to take all this marketing data, put it in Dynamics, give you a full marketing automation suite in a single place, making your CRM system a single point of the truth. Well, that's it for me. So back over to you, Warren.
That's great. Thank you so much, Ashley. We hope you found these examples helpful in highlighting just some of the ways that ClickDimensions works within Dynamics 365 to increase productivity by unifying sales and marketing. As Ashley mentioned, we've only covered a portion of ClickDimensions capabilities today. If you're considering implementing a new marketing automation platform to work with Dynamics, we'd be delighted to arrange a personalized demonstration to cover the broader features and functionality of ClickDimensions. If you're already a ClickDimensions customer, please do get in touch if you need assistance in replicating any of the examples that Ashley covered. We'll be happy to answer your questions and support you in gaining greater benefits from the product. That concludes the main presentation. Ashley and I will be on hand to answer your questions on any of the points that we've covered in just a moment, so please do use the panel to send us your questions. But if you're leaving us at this point, many thanks for your time today.